Hello there everyone, welcome to VanChat, where I talk about van-related things, and just about anything that happens to come along the way. Is it working? Oh yeah, it's working. Fantastic, I love it. Okay, well, that was pretty interesting, and before I begin, I just want to say, well, hello there. And I wanted to let you know that I set up the selfie stick just near the back of the van there. So what you're looking at, my background is the front dashboard, the front of the van, and to my right is a window, and I'm able to open it up because what I've got there are a set of curtains, and then I've got sort of like this inset that I placed over it so that it's easier to maintain a bit of privacy. It is detachable, which is always great, and it's something that I'm looking at in terms of designing minivans, the minivan that I have right now, my minivan, in terms of privacy. So boy, I really stumbled on that one, didn't I? And on my left I've got my standard curtain, and then to the back there I've got other curtains as well. Now the back of the van, I've got a cover on it that I can easily take off if I wanted to. You know, I keep it on just to sort of, again, maintain some privacy. So at night, rather during the day, it looks like nighttime in here, and at night very little, if any, light actually peeks out. You know, why is that important? Well, because if you want to maintain some privacy, or privacy, as some of the British would say, Captain Picard. I don't know if you are of the Star Trek fan, the TNG one. He says privacy. That's what he says. There's an episode where he actually says privacy instead of privacy. Well, today we'll just say privacy because it just sounds so nice, rolls off the tongue nicely. Okay. What were we talking about? Oh yes, so privacy at nighttime. So that's important to you when you go camping, or when you're at a rest stop, and you really don't want people peeking into your vehicle, like, what's he doing, what's he up to, like, why is he sleeping? It's a very strange thought when you're sleeping and someone's looking at you. Think about it, it's weird. So yeah, so I've got those happening. The other thing is, this is a different view. You sort of see side of my camper van build, my minivan camper conversion from the back here, and that's always pretty cool. And you see the clutter and that's something I think I'm going to work on next, is when it comes to working with this particular build, is just sort of reduce the clutter. Like, again, it's a partial build at this time. I got as much done as I could when you know, before it hit winter, and right now it feels like winter. Apparently it hasn't officially started, but it sure is cold like winter. So, however, it's not so cold for me because I've got a diesel heater, which is just amazing right now. Right now I ran it for about not even 5 minutes, and it got really nice and toasty in here. Look, listen, it's a little quieter as well because now it's turned off. I had a previous video that maybe I haven't posted it, or maybe I did post it. I don't know, because I post these videos sort of like when I can, or when I think it would be available, when it would be good to be available. So I had a video where I filmed how loud the diesel heater was, and you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a plane. And so if you're out in the city, you really can't tell. If you're out in somewhere that's really, really quiet, it just sounds like you've got your car on, except your engine's not running. And so I think most van lifers will hear that and think, oh yeah, that guy's got a diesel heater in there. Good for him. For most people, actually, they probably don't even care. Most people have their own little lives to deal with, and so they sort of just keep walking by. When I was at Walmart the other day, when I was at the mall, essentially I had my diesel heater on. I bought a coffee, and I was just sipping it, just watching people go by, you know, hurrying, scurrying to work, or maybe scurrying to do their groceries, and I just sort of sat here with some of my music and just, you know, chilled right out. And again, that's one of the pretty cool benefits of having your own camper conversion. It's like you have your constant living with you all the time. But of course, like anything else, that comes at a cost. So anyway, so this is the new camera view. I hope to use a bit more. Let me know what you think. I mean, it looks pretty good. You know, there's more of a feel. I think you get a sense of the space, how tiny the space really is. And you know, it's definitely not a cargo van. I remember seeing. I've been binge watching two VanLifers, very popular ones. One of them is Forrest. You probably know that dude. And the other one was Chrome and his wonderful dog, Cruz. I mean, the cutest thing. Okay, Chrome, I just want to let you know, I think you're cool, but Cruz, for some reason, he's the ultimate. And I can see why. He's a very lovable puppy, lovable dog. So, but anyway, these two guys I've been watching, and I binge watched them. They were fantastic. And you know, you got this idea about having some freedom, and it comes across to me they've got a bit of that. And I think even if you can get that freedom for snippets throughout the day, you know, for example, I work full time. It could be before work, it could be at lunch, at break, it could be after work, it could be on a Friday afternoon or evening. You get off work early and just zoom out somewhere, knowing that you've got in your little mini camper van conversion, you can just take off. You've got everything you need to sort of, you know, hang out or chill out for a day or two at a nice trailhead, or maybe, you know, visiting somewhere. That to me is very cool. So anyway, these two, Forrest and VanLife, Chrome and Cruz, they documented their journey. They documented their days, and I binge watched a whole bunch of them, and it was fantastic. It was really encouraging. And you know, I sort of thought, you know, that's something that'd be really cool to sort of get into at some point. But like everything else, we have to create the proper circumstance for it. We have to create put in the proper efforts, the right amount of efforts for it, and create a plan towards it. And I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in always having something out there that will sort of pull you forward. Yeah, that'll pull you forward out of where you are. I think you should always have little things that you can look forward to. And I remember hearing this from somebody, and they were explaining it to me, and I probably butchered it, but what I'm trying to say is always have something outside of what you're doing. For example, goals outside of your work. You know, always have something out there. Otherwise, you'll tend to sort of wonder, you know, why am I doing this, right? So if you have something, a goal bigger than your struggle, I like that one. If you have a goal bigger than your struggle, your challenge, then you'll probably be able to bear up a little more with it. Yeah, and so that's my thought for today. If you have any other comments, let me know. Put it in the comment section. And if you, here we go, cue that music. If you like the video, if you can help support my channel, please like it, upvote it. You can also subscribe, and you get those notifications, and they're absolutely free, and sometimes maybe annoying depending how many you subscribe to. But you know what? Please subscribe to mine. Help support my channel, and it would really help. It's really encouraging when I see people join and sort of like comment and all that stuff. That's cool to me, and we'll see where this goes. I mean, it's December right now, and we're heading into 2021. 2021. There's a bit of trepidation on my part thinking about 2021. However, I'm still staying hopeful and see where this is all going to go. So yeah, that's about it. And for now, I've had my coffee, but I think I can have another cup of coffee, if not some bread and jam. Take it from there. Thanks for coming by, and have a fantastic day. And remember, I'm looking at you. Remember how awesome you are. Remember how you could get stuff done. And remember, to be successful, you gotta have that plan happening. Then you have to show up. And that's how you get stuff done. Yeah. I really should